Was Jesus black? That is the question being asked. I had planned to make this video response a while ago, but with the mental abuse I suffered while watching and reacting to that god-awful, pun intended, video by Planet Curious, I had to allow myself to regain some brain cells. The video I'm reacting to today is titled Ethiopia Says They Have Painting Proving How Jesus Really Looked in 1000 AD by a channel named GoBlack2Africa. In his About section, he says, this channel is to educate and bring to light the up-and-coming continent of Africa, recreating the depiction of Africa for what it truly is. So many who are from the diaspora will be motivated to visit or relocate to Africa. Good luck with that, buddy. So, he's an Afrocentric of sorts, and that worldview kind of shines through in this video. Originally, when I saw the video and its length, I thought it would be 9 minutes of him showing Ethiopian Orthodox icons of Jesus and saying,
"Haha, you see? Jesus was black."
However, most of the video is just him making his way to the church. The important part of the video is in the last 2 to 3 minutes of the video, where he is showing different tablets with depictions of Jesus with an afro and brown or dark skin, which date to the 13th century. And he doesn't explicitly say,
See, I told you Jesus was black.
But he does it in a subtler wink wink nudge nudge type of way, a method that allows him plausible deniability if someone like me calls him out for saying Jesus is black, but also allows his audience to believe Jesus is black. It's not the first time I've seen the Jesus is black nonsense, since I always hear it from the Hebrew Israelites as well, and I'm going to go over some evidence that debunks that idea, as well as showing other depictions of Jesus and discussing why they are different depictions of Jesus. Firstly, let's go over some early depictions of Jesus created in the first few centuries following the death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus. Note, I have not put them in any particular order. The first image is a mural painting from the catacombs of Comedilla and is one of the first bearded images of Jesus, and it dates back to the late 4th century. The second is a depiction of the healing of the paralytic, and it is one of the oldest known depictions of Jesus from the Syrian city of Dura Europos, dating around 235 AD. The third shows a bearded Jesus between Peter and Paul in catacombs of Marcellinus and Peter in Rome, dated to the second half of the 4th century. And the last is the oldest surviving panel icon of Christ Pantocrator enquastic on panel dating from the 6th century, showing the appearance of Jesus that is still immediately recognized today. While I don't believe any of these properly or accurately portray the real historical Jesus, I don't have a particular problem with them. However, it does pose a problem to Afrocentrists and those who assert that simply because the Ethiopians depicted Jesus as black years before the modern white depictions of Jesus, therefore Jesus black. Hell, a better argument could be made if he would have used the Ethiopian Bible, since that is one of, if not the oldest complete Bible we have today, with some dating placing it around 390 to 570 AD and others 530 to 660 AD. Much older than the icons shown in GoBlack2Africa's video, which are dated to the 13th century, which is pretty late. Even still, there would be problems with using that argument, saying as in the Ethiopian Bible itself, there are depictions of Jesus where he has lighter skin and more Mediterranean features. However, it's like I said before, I think none of these accurately depict Jesus, so I don't much care if an icon depicts him black, white, or Asian. My problem is when people, specifically Afrocentrists and in very rare cases Eurocentrists, make an assertion based on little to no evidence that Jesus was the same race as them and attack those who depict him in any other way. This also extends to modern liberals who try to throw around that retarded colonizer Jesus versus real Jesus meme. The fact of the matter is most people don't actually care about Jesus or his teachings and only care about him so much as they can use him as a political tool to reinforce their misguided ethnocentric or critical race theory views. I think when tackling different depictions of Jesus, we must keep in mind that 1. These are primarily artistic pieces, and 2. The world was not as interconnected as it is today. The reason every ethnicity depicts Jesus as one of their own is because it was easy and convenient. They don't have to go all the way to Judea just to see a 1st or 2nd century Jew so that they knew they were depicting Jesus properly. No, instead, they depicted him like themselves and according to aspects of their culture. All that was important is that people knew who was being depicted. The accuracy didn't matter. This is why I don't have a problem with white Jesus, because it was never about historical accuracy, it was about artistic and religious value. In times of the internet, modern archaeology and modern science, we can find bones of 1st century Jews, do DNA tests and compare them with modern day groups to see which ethnic groups are closest in genetics to them, or we could even reconstruct an image based on DNA data and share them all over the internet. I think it is way more important that we pay attention to who's being depicted rather than how. That we follow Jesus' teachings rather than debate about what race he was. At the end of the day, I think it's more important that we acknowledge these various icons for what they are, artistic renditions throughout the eyes of different people of the greatest man to ever live. And to end this video, I'll showcase my favorite icons that I found while researching this video from the various cultures around the world. Huh? What's this? You've got to be freaking kidding me!